so much for doing this interview with us. We really admire your performance, and we are brand new fans, and already we're kind of loyal. At least I am, and you actually do have a bit of following with a couple of friends of mine, so yeah, we've been rooting for you. We shall get into it. What was the inspiration for the name Essence Revealed?
I actually had a solo show named Essence Revealed, which is about, it still exists, living a double life as an actress in New York by day and a stripper by night, and the road to self-actualization, I guess, and self-acceptance. And so I was trying to work on that. I'd done some readings and was working on getting it produced. Then I saw a burlesque show. So I decided, once I decided I wanted to do burlesque, I named myself after my show.
Okay. Is that where your love of burlesque came from? Your inspiration for that genre of performance?
I didn't know what burlesque was or that it existed until I saw a show that I'm a member of a theater company called Wild Cafe Theater, which has been around for like 30 years. It's all women and trans inclusive, and you work on sweat equity, so you share.
An all-women theater troupe,
yeah.
Very cool.
So you work on someone else's show, then someone in turn works on your shows, and that's how it all works. So the first show I worked on was a burlesque show, and I was like, oh, what's this? It looks kind of fun. So that's where Hypergender Burlesque was where I saw burlesque and was like, I think I want to do that.
That is really cool. Okay. Describe your first performance doing that show. How was it? What was the performance theme and your overall experience? Were you nervous? Were you in your essence, in your element, so to speak?
That actually, I was the house manager at that first show that I saw.
Oh, okay. So that was a totally different role.
Yeah. The first show that I ever performed in was a show, it was called the Sex Worker Cabaret. And so it was made up of all people who were current or former workers in the sex industry of some sort. And it was at the old Slipper Room before it closed for renovations. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing burlesque for the first time in the place in New York where burlesque happens. This is crazy. And I was kind of scared to call it burlesque because I wasn't sure if I was doing it the right way. So I was like, I'm doing stripperlesque. Is what I called it.
Pre-burlesque?
It was burlesque. It was burlesque. And luckily, I had a friendly photographer that was near the front row that became like my anchor, my focus, and we're actually really good friends still. But so that helped with the nervousness. But it was burlesque.
What are the best accessories you wear when you perform? And is there one accessory every woman must have, in your opinion?
Gosh, they're so wide and varied because I feel like burlesque is such a mix of stripping and theater. So accessories could be props, could be, but for me, I like to change up how I look, styles. So I would say hair. I have a collection of hair, long hair, short hair, straight hair, curly hair, hair with bangs, hair without bangs. So yeah, I have a good collection of hair.
I got
So you can change your vibe.
Yeah, definitely. And hair, I mean, depending on the hairstyle, it can literally change your whole, like the message you're trying to convey just by what's on top of your head. That's very true. Very true.
Yeah, I mean,
how many wigs do you have?
Oh gosh.
Wigs, extensions, like the whole gamut.
A whole bunch, because I have a shelf that's the wigs in use, and then I have a bag that's the old wigs that need extra special care if I'm gonna use them. But BGB redid a show that was Rihanna versus Beyonce recently.
Wow.
Yeah. So I dug into the bag of wigs and I created all these different looks because I was kind of just hostessing. I didn't perform except in the finale, so every time I came out, I had on different hair. So
far out.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds like fun too.
It is. It is so much fun.
Describe your ideal burlesque performance. Where is it? When is it? Is it in the past? Is it in the present? Are there other performers that you admire in it? The theme?
What's
your the fantasy performance that you would love to put on one day?
I think my fantasy is like doing a tour around Europe and doing burlesque in Italy and Paris and Amsterdam and Germany. You know, having a European tour would be the ideal.
Very cool. And speaking of European tour, there's actually some really big plans that you have coming up with Milan in your future. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Me and one of my best friends from, you know, when I first moved to New York, always used to joke around about, oh, you know, I can't meet you, I'll be busy, I'm going shopping from shoes in Milan for the day. And this was like our running joke. So I saw an application to apply to the Milan Burlesque Festival, and I was like, let me apply, probably won't get in, but at least, you know, next year when I apply, when I'm better, then, you know, they'll kind of know who I am. And I got in.
Far out, and this is just from a whim.
Yes.
Very cool.
So now I gotta figure out how to get there, because I didn't actually plan for it, so there will be an Indiegogo campaign coming.
All right, and can you tell us some details about that? Where can we find the URL? Is it on your website? What's your website?
Well, my website is essencereveal.wordpress.com, essencereveal.wordpress.com, and it'll be on there, and I'm on all the social medias, so you can find Essence Revealed on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, what else is there? Google Plus.
Cool.
Et cetera, so it'll be linked to everything.
It's all the information about how people can contribute to your awesome Milan trip will be there as well.
Yes. And I'm one of 20 performers from around the world, so I'm gonna go try to represent for New York.
Very cool. New York.
That's right.
One of 20 internationally. Very cool, very cool. And I also hear that you're the only African American person of African descent in the show.
I am. I was looking at the participants when I found out that I got in, and we were up on the site, and I'm like, wait a minute, I think I'm the only brown lady. So
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why you're so needed. You're so needed in the scene. You're so needed in New York and internationally. I mean, we love variety.
There's a fair share of us. There are a whole bunch of brown.
I'm sure. Brown Girls Burlesque. You did some work with them as well.
Yeah, I'm in Brown Girls Burlesque, and they actually were. When I saw a Brown Girls Burlesque show, I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I found out that they were doing a class, so I took their 6-week class. After that, I was like, I am a burlesque dancer. I feel prepared.
That is so amazing. And you also teach your own classes as well.
Yes, I don't teach burlesque per se. I teach booted twerk and sensual dance, and basically I just like to create spaces where women can feel comfortable exploring sexuality, because it's still such a taboo thing for us to, you know, show parts of ourselves. So yeah, we just play and giggle and, you know, twerk.
yeah, but I mean, also it sounds like you're helping women to get in touch with their own essence, and I personally appreciate that, and we appreciate that at Titty Talk. So NY is a branch off of Titty Talk, and there are other shows in the mix, but one segment that we have is Ball Busters, and it's basically women voicing their opinions, and callers, female callers as well. We kind of give each other virtual high fives and stuff, but it's important for us to kind of highlight our strengths and our unique qualities, whatever we choose for them to be. And so your classes just sound like that's encouraged. So.
It is. I'm like, just, you know, throw away anything that you've heard or anything you've believed. And for these 2 hours, we're just gonna relax and play, you know. And people always want to say, oh, women can't get along and blah, blah, blah. But it's really the environment I create. We're like cheering for each other at the end of the class when things that happen at the end of the class happen.
Right, and people can also learn about your classes on your many digital footprints.
Yes, and Brown Girls Burlesque actually teaches a burlesque class every Wednesday in Brooklyn at Sacred Yoga. So Wednesdays, 6:30 to 7:45. It'll either be me or Chakava Honeychild, or we also have a legendary Voguer that comes in as a guest teacher from time to time. Yes. If I just learn how to do the death drop, my life will be complete. So I'm really looking forward to the next time he's here.
Wow, that is really cool. I can't touch that. I will admire from afar, just like I admire you from afar. So, inquiring and perverted minds want to know, is there a significant other in your life? Are you single and ready to mingle? If you're seeing someone, do they know how lucky they are? What's your preferred partner like? If you're not seeing someone, what's your backstory with that? If you'd like to share a little bit.
I'll share a little bit.
Because I'm sure you get approached all the time during your performances.
Yes and no, really. There's a lot of burlesque showgoers, although I'm seeing more and more new people. That tends to be people that are around a lot, so they know the deal.
So you have a following?
A little bit. I think there are people that come out and enjoy what I do. I do have a boyfriend, and I'm taken. And he, I got a thumbs down.
Unlike.
And people are like, oh, he's so lucky. And I'm like, we're both lucky. It's actually one of the few times where I've been in a relationship with someone who actually was secure enough to handle the fact that I like getting naked for strangers. So it's very cool.
That's really interesting. Is he also a performer, or is he more artistically minded, very open-minded in that way? Or?
He's just come to be very open-minded. He's as far from a performer as you could possibly get. He's always like, I don't even know how you guys do this. Me and all my crazy artist friends. So yeah, no, not a performer, just a supporter.
Yay, crazy artist friends.
I like him.
You basically shared with us your big plans coming up. Are there any other performances that we can find of you around the city or maybe outside of New York? Do you do tours? Any plans coming up in the years coming up that we can follow you at?
Actually, this coming Saturday, I'm part of a benefit that's raising money for Gina Dell, who was the first Black burlesque performer to...
Gina Doe?
Idell. I-D-E-L-L-E, like idol, but Idell. And she's 83-ish now, but she was one of the first ones to perform in all white spaces. So she's very much an inspiration as a woman of color in burlesque, and we're doing a fundraiser on Saturday at the House of Collection in Brooklyn to help get her to the Burlesque Hall of Fame, which happens every year in Vegas. And the next exciting thing is Brown Girls Burlesque is having their first All-Stars show. So Brown Girls Burlesque All-Stars is going to be coming to Philly on the 21st, DC on the 22nd, and then we'll be at Joe's Pub in New York on the 23rd. So
March 23rd.
Yes, March 21st through 23rd. We have Miss Viva Las Vegas, who's a sister named Jeez Louise, coming in. An amazing burlesque and performance artist named La Chica Boom is coming in.
La Chica Boom?
La Chica Boom. And Josephine Bell out of Minnesota, who's part of Black Hearts Burlesque troupe there. So we have some people coming in as well as some of our local BGBers. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, very cool. And then we can learn all of that and so much more at essencerevealed.wordpress.com. We will definitely be following your work, and we will be posting a link to that Indiegogo campaign that you have that's active right now.
It is going to be active.
It's going to be active this week, coming up.
It should be this week.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.